Captain's log, stardate 45944.1. We're en route to Starbase 218 after a magnetic wave survey of the Parvenium sector. We'll present our report directly to Fleet Admiral Gustafson. The last time I encountered Admiral Gustafson, I wound up spending 9 hours at the Opry.
9 hours?
The entire ring cycle in one sitting.
That's a little too much Wagner for me.
Yeah, and for me, but not, apparently, for Admiral Gustafson. Do you know she went back the next day and sat through the whole thing all over again? I told her this time it
Captain, sensors are detecting an unidentified object nearly 22,000 kilometers off of the port quarter.
On screen. Magnified. Mr. Data?
It appears to be a probe of some kind, but there is no Starfleet record of this shape or design.
Is it scanning us?
No, sir, but it has attained a relative position and is holding course with us.
The probe is constructed of beryllium and tagonite, a ceramic alloy.
Very simple. Technology.
Sir, I am detecting a nucleonic beam coming from the probe.
Shields up. Stand by phasers.
The beam is scanning our shields. The probe is emitting an unusual particle stream.
The beam is penetrating our shields.
Increase power to...
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Well, finally. How are you feeling? Cayman, can you answer me?
Where is this?
You're still feverish.
Computer, freeze program. End program. Picard to enter...
Cayman, you shouldn't get up. You're still not well.
I asked you, what is this place?
This is your home, of course.
Where's my uniform? My communicator?
I'd better call the doctor again.
My name is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. I want to speak to whoever's in charge here.
If you'll just lie down, I'll brew you some nice warm kanome.
Can you at least tell me this? Am I a prisoner here?
Please, dear, you've had a high fever for 3 days. You mustn't push yourself too quickly. You shouldn't go outside. Cayman, come back inside.
Council leader, there are snails in the radishes.
Not now, Lori.
The
Not
radishes.
Now. This sapling is planted as an affirmation of life, in defiance of the drought and with expectations of long life. Whatever comes, we will keep it alive as a symbol of our survival. Cayman, you're back on your feet. How do you feel, my friend?
Are you in charge here?
In charge?
I want to be returned to my ship immediately.
What ship is that?
Please, if you could just tell me, what is this place? Where am I?
The fever, it's taken your memory.
Yes, that must be it. Perhaps you could help me.
Anything, my friend.
My name is Cayman, and you are?
Bataille, council leader.
Okay, and you say I've been ill?
For over a week. Elaine should have taken you to the hospital, but she decided to take care of you herself.
Elaine?
Your wife? If you can't remember that, then perhaps it's safer for you not to go home.
And what is this place?
Perhaps you should go see a doctor.
Please, I'm sure it'll all come back to me.
This is the community of Resic, Northern Province.
What planet?
Come, let me tell you.
Really, I'm quite all right if you'll just answer.
This is the planet Catan.
Catan. Not a Federation planet. Tell you what, I think I'll go for a walk.
You've been ill for a week.
The exercise will do me good. I'd like to reacquaint myself with my surroundings.
Council Leader, the radishes.
Not now, Noreen. Not now.
The celery.
Not now.
Thank goodness! I've had people out looking for you everywhere. Why did you worry us like that? Are you hungry?
Hungry, thirsty, exhausted. I guess that proves this isn't a dream, doesn't it?
You think your life is a dream?
This isn't my life. I know that much.
I've kept something hot for you. Where did you go?
I walked for hours.
And you just out of bed.
This is delicious.
You always say that.
Would you answer some questions for me, no matter how odd they may seem to you?
Of course.
Are there any other planets in this star system? Do you visit other systems? Okay, is there any kind of communication system here? How do you contact other communities, other places?
The usual way, by voice transit conductor. Do you want to send a message?
Yes. When can that be arranged?
Tomorrow. Do you want to ask about us?
Yes, anything you can tell me would be helpful. We're married?
Yes. 3 years ago. The day we were married was the happiest day of my life. You're probably tired of hearing it, but I've loved you since I was 7 years old. It's when I decided I was going to be your wife. No one was going to change my mind. I'm glad I was so stubborn.
And what is it I do here in Resic?
You're the best iron weaver in the community. At least I think so. You prefer playing flute, of course.
The flute? And when did I learn to play?
I'm afraid you've never learned. You do keep trying.
I see what you mean. Well, thank you for the soup. Thank you for your help. Tomorrow, will you help me send a message?
Of course. Will you come to bed now?
I'll sleep here.
Oh no, please come with me.
You know what? I've been sick. I'll be tossing and turning. It wouldn't be fair to you.
Let me be the judge of that.
Where did you get this?
It's the first gift you ever gave me.
Breaker to sickbay. The captain's been hurt.
The beam is no longer scanning. There is a narrow reciprocating band focused directly on Captain Picard.
Data, find out how that beam is getting through our shields and what we can do to cut it off.
Yes, Commander.
Jordy, start scanning the probe for any identifying marks. Anything that might tell us where it came from.
Pulse and blood pressure no showing hyperactive fibrogenic activity. That's odd.
What is it?
There's no signs of trauma or injury. His vital signs are... His neurology... What's going on?
That probe is doing something to him. Data, any progress?
No, the particle stream is most unusual. I am unable to block it.
Destroy the probe. Phasers are armed and ready.
I don't think that's wise. Not until we know exactly what it's doing to him.
Agreed. Stand down phasers, Mr. Worf. In the meantime, let's see if we can move out of range. Ensign, thrusters only 100 kph, nice and easy.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Data?
The probe is moving with us, sir, holding relative position.
It's connected itself to him, like a tether.
You've been dreaming of that starship again, haven't you?
I'm just charting the sun's movements. Might give us some clues to the cause of this drought.
I think you're still trying to figure out where you are, where that ship of yours is, and how you can get back to it.
My other existence may be gone, but I still wonder about it. The memory is 5 years old now, but I still think about it.
Was it so much better, so much more fulfilling, so much more gratifying than this one that you cling to it with such stubbornness?
Eileen.
I mean, it must have been extraordinary, but never once in all the stories you've told me have you ever mentioned anyone who loved you like I do.
It was real. As real as this is. You can't expect me to just forget about the other life I lived there.
Yes, I can. Even for 5 years, I have listened, I have tried to understand, and I have waited. When do I get you back?
You have been amazingly tolerant.
It's not as though it hasn't been interesting, all this talk of distant planets and starships. I've never been bored. But I have been lonely, knowing that your heart is really somewhere else.
I know this has been hard for you.
When are you going to let go? When are you going to start living this life? When are we going to start a family?
Kanan, Eileen, good morning.
Good morning, Batai.
Are you ready? The administrator has already arrived.
Yes. Will you come along?
No, you do very well on your own.
She always was strong-minded, even when she was a child.
It isn't her fault. These last few years have been very difficult for her.
And for you, I think.
There you are, Batai. Perhaps you can explain to me when crops are dying all over, how this tree is still flourishing.
This tree is our symbol, an affirmation of life. Everyone in this town gives a part of their water rations to keep it alive. We have found, Administrator, that hope is a powerful weapon against anything, even drought.
A good point. Perhaps I will recommend a symbolic tree in each of my communities. Now, what business do we have today?
We need help if we are to increase our water supply. We think that there are ways that we can reclaim some of our water.
Batai, you're being a bit of an alarmist. True, we're in a drought, but water rationing has produced a sizable savings.
If this weather pattern doesn't change, rationing won't be enough. We will run out of water.
Who's this?
Kanan, ma'am.
Kanan, do I know you?
No, I haven't spoken to you before.
Well, Kanan, I'm open to all of the people in this town. I'd be delighted to hear what you have to say. Did you have a specific proposal?
Yes, I recommend that we build atmospheric condensers, which could extract water from the air.
Well, very ambitious. Kanan, is it? And your occupation is?
Iron weaving. And I play the flute.
I don't mean to quash your very creative idea, but building atmospheric condensers would be a monumental undertaking. We could not hope to sustain such a project.
Each community would be responsible for its own. These condensers could mean the difference between watering our crops and watching them die.
Well, I'll be glad to pass along your suggestion. You'll see that this kind of participatory government works for everyone. Be well, Batai. I shall see you next month. Good to meet you, Kanan.
Go carefully, Administrator. That went very well. I think she was impressed with you.
We'll never see an atmospheric condenser.
These things take time. It will happen, I'm sure of it.
Come to dinner tonight, my friend. I'll make a vegetable stew and we'll talk about building our own condenser.
Kanan, hearing you speak to the administrator today, I realized that for the first time in years, you spoke as though you were truly a part of this community. It was good to hear again.
not brooding. I'm immersed in my music.
Music.
I find it helps me think. And the real surprise is that I enjoy it so much.
The real surprise is that I think you may actually be improving.
Bataille,
Yes, ma'am.
go home.
Yes, ma'am. Good night, Cayman.
Good night, my friend.
Go carefully, Bataille. Don't forget these. I won't pick them up for you again.
Yes, ma'am.
I've done nothing but nag all day. I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who's sorry. Everything you said this morning was absolutely right. I've given you so little, and you've given me so much. Patience, tenderness, and a good talking to when I needed it. You've been more than I could have ever hoped for, more than I deserve.
You're a good man, a wonderful husband. I didn't mean to
Not
imply
such
to
a
you.
wonderful husband. I spend my spare time charting the stars, disappear for days at a time exploring the countryside, and I never put away my shoes. I live my life much the same way I did before. Old habits, I guess.
You're gentle and kind, and you've never raised your voice to me.
I'd like to ask your permission to build something.
Cayman, you've built your laboratory, your telescope. You don't need my permission to build anything.
In this case, I think I do.
What is it?
A nursery?
Really? Really?
Unless, of course, you'd rather have a porch, I'm sure.
He's showing heightened activity in the cerebral cortex.
Pulse and blood pressure are slightly elevated.
Systemic activity.
Increasing, and I'm getting high-key tactile responses.
Set up a galvanic scan.
Jordy, any progress identifying the probe?
Maybe. I'm picking up a residue on the surface of the probe. I think it's coming from I think they this fuel.
A solid propellant?
Yeah. Sensors indicate that this is crystalline emberistol. It emits a radioactive trail. That ought to be traceable.
Then we can send out a probe of our own. Trace it back to a point of origin.
I'm on it.
Commander, I've been analyzing the nucleonic beam. I believe it would be possible to reflect the particles back at the probe in a way that would disrupt the signal.
Doctor?
I don't know what it's doing to him, or what would happen if we shut it down.
He could be dying by inches.
His vital signs are normal, and there's no indication he's in a life-threatening.
I'm not willing to let that thing keep drilling into him.
I simply don't know the risk of shutting down the beam. If someone gets stabbed, you don't necessarily pull the knife out directly. It might be more harm than leaving it there.
The captain is under attack. We must act.
I'm inclined to agree. Doctor, monitor him closely. Mr. Data, prepare to disrupt the beam. We're going to try to cut this cord.
Maribor, quit fidgeting. This is your sister's ceremony.
We named this child in honor of a dear friend who died last year, but who will now live on through his namesake.
We name you Bataille in his honor.
She begins life in the warmth of friends. Thank you. Now please, help yourselves to the food.
Seems like the ceremony.
I was so nervous I thought I might drop her. And now look at her, a little lady.
She's no lady. Tromping through the hills with you all day, digging up those soil samples you insist on collecting. She's her father's daughter. What is it?
I always thought I didn't need children to make my life feel complete. Now I can't imagine life without them.
Cayman! Get the doctor!
Let's get him to his room.
I'm getting massive somatophysical failure.
2 cc de lactobin.
Data, get that beam back.
There are severe fluctuations in the isocortex. Synaptic responses are failing.
Begin full cardiac induction.
Blood pressure is dropping rapidly. 70/20.
Data, you have to reestablish that beam.
I am attempting to do so.
Response in the isocortex.
Cortical stimulator. Set at 10%.
The beam is fully restored.
Blood pressure is increasing. 90/40. And rising.
Isocortical function stabilizing. Vital signs approaching normal levels.
Maribor,
Happy day, Father.
that's my hobby. Find your own.
You're the one who taught me. Don't complain if you turn me into a scientist.
And what has the scientist been up to today?
Analyzing soil samples. There's not even any anaerobic bacteria. The soil is dead. This isn't just a long drought, is it? I have entries in my log that go back 10 years. You have data that precedes that by 15 years. You've reached the same conclusion. I know you have.
I haven't reached any conclusion. A good scientist doesn't function by conjecture.
A good scientist functions by hypothesizing and then proving or disproving that hypothesis. That's what I've done.
Say, why don't you spend more time with that young fellow Danik?
You're changing the subject.
I am not. I'm merely hypothesizing that he's in love with you.
You've taught me to pursue the truth, no matter how painful it might be. It's too late to back off from that. I've analyzed the rings in old trees. I've examined rock strata to correlate evidence of climatic changes over the centuries. Father, this planet is dying.
Perhaps I should have filled your head with more trivial concerns like games and toys and clothes.
I don't think you mean that.
No, but it burdens me to see you bear the burden of knowing things. Things you can't change.
It's no more a burden than you bear.
No, but I'm not 16 with my whole life ahead of me.
Father, I think I should marry Danik sooner rather than later. Don't you?
I can only say, live now, Maribor. Always make now the most precious time. Now will not come again.
I love you, Father.
The holding. He's been stable ever since the beam was restored. I don't know what more to do for him.
Commander Riker, we've started to pick up telemetry from the probe that we launched.
Go ahead.
We've tracked the alien probe's radiation trail back over 1 light year.
Can you extrapolate a point of origin?
Our best guess is the planet is Solarian.
Catan. I've never heard of it. Data?
It is an unmapped system of 6 planets.
Any of them inhabited?
Not any longer. The star went nova. All life in the system was destroyed approximately 1,000 years ago.
I put your shoes away for you again.
Thank you, dear. You don't suppose you have my telescope, do you?
No. I have been looking through that thing on and off for 30 years, and I still can't figure out what you and Maribor find so fascinating.
Fine. Then maybe you'll sit down and rest the way you're supposed to.
You treat me like I'm some frail flower. People have surgery all the time. She loves playing, and she's very good, you know.
She loves a lot of things. Too many. One week she wants to be a botanist. The next week a sculptor. I wish she could find some focus in her life.
I think she has. Maybe you could talk to her?
But I?
Father?
I get the feeling from your mother that you have something to tell me.
Yes, I was waiting for the right time, but that won't ever come. I'm leaving school.
What? No, you're not. You need to...
I want to pursue my music. It's what I care about.
At last year, all you cared about was mathematics. The year before that, it was botany.
But
now...
through it all, there was my music. I think you know that, Father. This is the life that I want.
We'll discuss it.
Thank you, Father.
Even after all these years, you still have the ability to surprise me.
If music is what she wants, why should I stand in her way? Who knows how much longer she'll have to pursue any dream?
So you're still planning on speaking with the administrator tomorrow?
Yes. It's possible she'll dismiss me from the council.
Unless, of course, you keep quiet.
The evidence is too pronounced. I can't keep quiet.
What a surprise.
Administrator?
Not now, Noreen.
There are boll weevils.
Not now.
Boll weevils in the cabinet.
Cayman, what do you hope to accomplish? Spreading rumors that the planet is doomed? There could be chaos.
The facts are here. At least show them to someone who will understand what they mean.
I won't be party to your making trouble.
If you won't take them, I most certainly will.
Your observations, your findings, our scientists came to those same conclusions 2 years ago.
What?
Well, what do you expect us to do? Make it public? Can you imagine the effect?
Well, surely the technology exists to save something of this world. Some people can be evacuated.
Evacuated to where? Our technology is limited. We're just beginning to launch small missiles.
Some genetic samples, then. Something. Anything. You can't just let this civilization die.
Enough! There is a plan in the works. I can't tell you more than that.
Administrator, the boll weevils.
Oh!
My cabbages!
Father! Father!
What is it?
It's Mother. Hurry!
Doctor?
Cayman, I'm so sorry. There's nothing more that we can do.
You see the lengths I'll go to get your attention.
You always had a flair for the dramatic.
Doctor, Maribor, Bataille, leave us. I'd like to have a moment. Did the administrator listen to your evidence?
No, she didn't have to. They already know.
So they didn't throw you off the council?
No.
My dear, don't forget.
Doctor?
What is it?
I'm not sure. There's severe fluctuations in the physiological alterations, and his systemic ratings are changing.
Respiratory functions.
Is he in danger?
I don't know. The changes are subtle. I didn't know I'd say that the metabolic rate of an 80-year-old man.
Where did she go, I wonder? Kami, I will find you. Are you under the chair? Come out, wherever you are. I think I spotted you.
Some children are certainly making a lot of noise in here.
You shouldn't be out there so long. You know that.
I'm wearing plenty of your skin protector.
And do you wear your skin protector outdoors, young lady?
Happy day, everybody. It's time to go see the launching.
What launching? What's she talking about?
They're sending up a missile, Father. We're going to watch it.
Are we indeed? I'm not going anywhere to watch anything.
Come on, Gamey. Let's go see the launching.
Breaks my heart to look at her.
Who?
My granddaughter, that's who. It breaks my heart. She deserves a rich, full life. And she's not going to get one.
She's my child, and I tell you she is getting one. I wish it could be longer, but it's as full and rich as we can possibly make it. Please come, Father.